A friend's son was taken in Vegas for behavior issues and has now started growing what looks like female breasts. They say the doctor never warned them about anything like that, and they are furious. What can they do to sue the doctor or the drug maker? And the question comes from Jason. So we have our attorneys here with us to answer the questions this evening.
Yeah, Jason, with respect to the doctor, most jurisdictions will not allow you to sue the doctor, and a lot of times these drug manufacturers, such as Janssen, who manufactures in Vega, will mislead these doctors into believing these drugs are safe when in fact they're not. In fact, you mentioned in Vega. In Vega is the drug that came after Risperdal. They're antipsychotics that were actually given to younger males that called male breast, called gynecomastia. And in fact, my firm is, along with a firm out of California, is litigating the very first in Vega case to go to trial in federal court in South Carolina later this year, depending if we're able to go because of COVID. But there's no doubt that in Vega causes enlargement of male breast, and there's documents to back it up that they knew it and manipulated some of the studies when they actually said the drug was safe when in fact they knew it was not. So she needs to contact someone. The statute may or may not have run, and many times these young men that grow these male breasts or gynecomastia have to have surgical procedures, plastic surgery to remove them. And there's lots of mental scarring. There's lots of many times these young men have underlying issues to begin with, and it exacerbates their mental issues as well as their ability to be able to go out, and it causes a lot of problems for them. So I would suggest that she contact a lawyer or call our firm, and we'll be happy to go over it. But again, if you took Risperdal and you were put on something else, it probably became Invega, which is basically the same drug with a different name. They put it back on the market in order to be able to keep back on so it wouldn't go generic, and it's really a saddening situation.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm sorry, I think if I pronounced it, I think I actually said in Vegas, maybe I'm thinking Vegas. But do you mind briefly explaining how you as a local attorney get involved on national cases? Because often I hear you working with teams in other parts of the country. Can you explain that?
Well, our firm's been at this a long time. And we started out doing a lot of asbestos litigation on a national level. And you just sort of get in networks with individuals that are across the country that are doing similar type litigations. And our firm, LawCall, is doing a lot of work like on the 3M earplugs. I'm on the steering committee of Onglyza, which is a drug that causes heart failure. And so you just kind of get out there, get your name out, and we're also known for litigating cases and being able to try them. So it makes a difference to have a good reputation and the ability to be able to network and befriend folks and work closely with others all over the country.
All right.
And
yeah, Tim mentioned that he's on the steering committee for the litigation going forward against the product Onglyza. And so that goes back to what we were previously talking about. When you find an attorney, or when you're looking for an attorney to represent you on a bad drug case, the steering committee is going to be a selection of some of the attorneys that maybe have more cases or that have more knowledge and that have been involved in these cases from the very beginning. And so those are the attorneys that you want to represent you, that have the information, they have the products. Tim mentioned with the Invega, that there's documentation out there that shows that the manufacturer knew. They knew that this drug was going to hurt people, and they still put it out there. And so when you want your attorney to go to court for you, you want him to have that proof and those emails and that information that not other attorneys across the country may be privy to yet.
And what would you say to people who may have more concerns around cost associated with hiring someone with your reputation? Is it more expensive? Just elaborate on that if you can.
It's certainly not more expensive. Obviously, we do 99% of our work on contingency fees, just like a lot of other personal injury lawyers and lawyers that deal with drug litigation or serious product liability cases. So it doesn't cost you any more to hire an experienced lawyer who has a reputation to be able to try the case. In fact, it'll cost you more in the long run if you hire someone who doesn't know what they're doing and undersettles or underserves the client.